Good afternoon, everybody. It's KB5MIQ Big Boy. Got the homebrew 2 meter yagi up in the air today, and it's working great. Working real good. I'm going to show you some SWR readings here in just a minute. Give you a little bit of idea why I really wanted to do this. I said in the earlier video, there's some repeaters that I don't get on 2 meters a lot, but when I do like to be able to hit several of them, especially some of the Arkansas repeaters. W5DLX and his family like to camp up in Arkansas, and it's always good to somebody know where you're at and be able to check in with them. And I can access a couple of the repeaters in the areas they camp now better than I could beforehand. Like I said, my earlier video, my first QTH, I don't know what the difference in the lay of the land is, only moving 4 miles, but I really lost several repeaters. When I got this other radio back in '06 and set back up again, I decided I was going to try to avoid using a rotor. Of course, you know how ham radio operators are. It didn't last that long, but I put a quarter wave diamond dual band VHF UHF up on top of a 50-foot pole. And that antenna works great. I still got it, still use it. But I could not hit some of the more distant repeaters that I was able to hit beforehand. And I've dealt with that. I put a Tram 1481 5/8 wave dual band up, and I hate to knock any brand antenna, but that antenna I didn't have a bit of luck with. It didn't work a bit better than that quarter wave did, and it was a heck of a lot heavier and harder to put up and fool with. And my printer's reprinting my MFJ manual again for the second time. But I hate to knock Tram, but a lot of these companies that were big names in the '70s kind of went out of business. Somebody just bought their name, and I don't recommend that antenna. Anyway, Jeff come back up with this idea because he had built one of these back in the '90s and built me one, and we decided to do it again, and this turned out really good. I went over all the build stuff in the previous video, but today after I got it up, I come back in and I was able to access Mena, Arkansas, Tall Peak, repeater in Paris, Texas. I haven't been able to hit anything in Paris from this location. The 6.7 machine out of Shreveport, I haven't been able to consistently get in it, and that's a wide coverage repeater. But I haven't been able to consistently get in it. I had a good strong into it real good. The 6.2 machine out of Texarkana, I was full scale into that repeater. I mean, I talked to a guy on it today. And if you look me up on QRZ, it'll give you the location, but I'll tell you an easier way to check. I'm in Avery, Texas. And I'm about 50 miles in about any direction from any semi larger city that has repeaters in it. So i.e. Texarkana, Paris, Mount Pleasant, Idabel, Broken Bow area. So there's really not any other than the Clarksville machine. There's not any other repeaters that I used to use that I was having luck getting into. So, like I said, I run a nano VNA check on it, and after we went to the insulated conductor for the gamma match instead of the bare copper conductor, made all the difference in the world. Gonna try a little something different with this video. I'm gonna try to plug a few pictures in here with it and do an outro on it when I get through showing y'all these SWRs. I got a few pictures of the antenna, a picture of it installed, and a picture of WD5HKV on the roof of his house with a handheld using the same antenna. He's one of your die-hard ham radio operators. I'll tell you a little story on him. Back in the '90s, we had a bad ice storm. Which, you know, in northeast Texas, we have an ice storm that's bad enough to cover stuff. It kind of cripples us up here for a day or two. Well, the Clarksville repeater we had up at that time before they got moved, it worked great. I could sit in my living room easy chair with a talkie, was full quiet into it. Well, I was talking to Jeff, and he wasn't as strong in the repeater. Hey, man, what's up? He said, big boy, my antenna's turned to the east. Because he had that little beam up, and he said, working off the back of it. I said, well, I can hear you, but he said, well, you'll probably hear me better later this afternoon. About 3 or 4 o'clock, he called me back. Man, he was just loud as they always used to be. I go, man, it ain't defrosted here. Is it getting the stuff melted over there? He said, nope. He climbed an ice-covered tower with a claw hammer and got up there and beat the ice off his rotator so he could turn it. So, yeah, he's your diehard ham. But I'm going to show you some SWR readings right quick, and then get back with you in just a second. Everybody stand by. Okay, this is, I'm going to use my Kenwood 261A, and we're going to do 3 frequency readouts here. This is set up, I already got it set up on MSJ and set it up here for 144.52, and it's barely moving the needle on SWR. Now, forward power, full scale. Okay, I'll stand by. Okay, right here on 145.52, we're about 1.5 to 1, and still full scale with the power. Okay, 146.52. This was actually the frequency Jeff designed it on, and we're almost flat on SWR. And still running full scale with power out. Okay, 147.52. SWR is a little over 1.5, about 1.8 to 1. And still putting out full power. All right, everybody. I really appreciate everybody's comments and everything with these videos. We'll put these photos in here now, and then we'll do an outro on it. But thanks again for everybody who's subscribed to the channel. Get out there and make you an antenna. Save some money. This antenna, I got absolutely nothing in. Everything I built it out of was scrap stuff I had around here and what Jeff gave me. It's a good way to make an antenna, and it seems like it's going to work real good. All right, everybody, it's the outro of that video. I had a lot of fun making the antenna. Putting it up, I got a different ham radio cat up here. It's the Grand Boys cat. Hot today. If you decide to put an antenna up like that on a hot day, be careful. Because by the time I got it up in the air and got everything kind of back in place, I had to get off the roof and hydrate a little bit. And went back up there and readjusted all my guy ropes and everything. Got everything back. Like I said, you'll see this picture is, now my antennas are on a budget, and I'm sure some of the experts are drawing up right now looking at what I've got up here, but that's what we keep this channel up for. There's nothing wrong if you got the money to spend it the way you want to on radio and professional antenna installation, spend it. But it also will work. You look at these cards I got on the wall, everything I've worked has just been on 100 watts with mostly homemade antennas or dipoles. First 10 meter antenna I had was an old 11 meter Yagi that Jeff let me have. Then I've used G5RVs for several years, had good luck with them. And like I said, homemade dipoles, using a homemade dipole on 17 right now. But I appreciate everybody who watches the channel. Got any questions, comments, please leave them. Look forward to trying to answer every one of them. And if you comment, and for some reason on YouTube, if you comment and I don't answer, there's some reason YouTube's not letting me respond to it. I've had that happen twice. I don't want anybody to think I've ignored them. But for some reason, I don't know why, if there's one word in there that YouTube thinks is bad or something. I don't know what it is, but email me direct if I don't answer you got a question. KB5MIQ is my call sign. My email's posted on my QRZ page. Hope everybody has a great 4th of July weekend. Be safe. KB5MIQ, Big Boy 73.